Long before Columbus ever set sail, one Viking dared to explore lands unknown, lands filled with mystery and promise. Who was this audacious Norseman who challenged the vast Atlantic, and what secrets lie within his sagas? Brace yourselves as we unearth the epic tales of Thorfinn Karlsefni, the real Viking explorer who ventured where few had dared. Beyond the thrilling voyages, discover the cultural and historical impact of this iconic figure, and see Vikings in a new light. Whether you're a history buff or a curious soul, this is a tale you won't want to miss. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more enriching historical content. Are you ready to voyage back in time? Now on Histories Untold, Thorfinn Karlsefni, the real Viking explorer. In the annals of history, when we talk of voyages and explorations, our minds often wander to the famous tales of Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama. But centuries before them, the windswept coasts of the North Atlantic saw the longboats of the Vikings, who embarked on journeys filled with valor, intrigue, and discovery. Among these Vikings was a name that echoed with the promise of adventure: Thorfinn Karlsefni. Join us as we sail back in time to uncover the life and tales of this Icelandic explorer. Born in Iceland in the late 10th century, Thorfinn hailed from a line of chieftains, known as the Karlsefni, which means makings of a man. Even his name seemed to foretell a destiny of greatness. From a young age, the sagas paint a picture of a man imbued with courage, a sense of justice, and an insatiable curiosity about the world. Thorfinn's fame predominantly arises from his voyages to North America, long before the continent would become known by that name. While the Norse had already established a presence in Greenland under Erik the Red, tales of lands further west, teeming with resources, sparked interest among the Vikings. It was into this atmosphere of budding excitement and curiosity that Thorfinn Karlsefni stepped, ready to carve his name into the annals of exploration. According to the Icelandic Sagas, particularly the saga of Erik the Red and the saga of the Greenlanders, Thorfinn, accompanied by his wife Gudrid and a contingent of explorers, set sail westward from Greenland. They were driven not just by the promise of material wealth, but also by the Viking spirit of discovery, of wanting to know what lay beyond the horizon. Their journey led them to a series of places, each with its unique characteristics. There was Helluland, a land of flat stones; Markland, a wooded region; and finally, the most bounteous of them all, Vinland. Named for the wild grapes discovered there, Vinland offered fertile land and a climate milder than what the Vikings were accustomed to. But these lands were not uninhabited. The Norsemen encountered indigenous peoples whom they named Skraelings. These interactions swung between peaceful trade exchanges, where milk, cheese, and woolen goods were bartered for pelts and exotic woods, and tense conflicts. It's essential to approach these sagas with a sense of wonder, but also a grain of skepticism. While they offer captivating narratives, the sagas often blend factual events with folklore, shaping tales tailored for the firesides of old. However, what lends credence to Thorfinn's North American adventures is the tangible archaeological footprint discovered in the 1960s at L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland. Here, remnants of Norse settlements whispered tales of Vikings who once made this land their temporary home. But Thorfinn's story isn't just about exploration, it's also about resilience. Despite the promising prospects of Vinland, challenges with the indigenous peoples and internal disputes among the Norsemen made them decide to retreat to Greenland and then Iceland. However, instead of viewing this as a defeat, it should be seen in the light of the Viking spirit, to venture, to experience, and to learn. Upon returning to Iceland, Thorfinn's adventures didn't cease. He became a prominent chieftain, and along with Gudrid played an instrumental role in the Christianization of Iceland. They founded a church, and their legacy further blossomed as their descendants included some of Iceland's most notable medieval personalities. In weaving together the strands of Thorfinn's life, we get a tapestry rich in color and texture. Here was a man who not only bridged lands, but also cultures and eras. He represents the essence of the Viking Age, a period not just of raids and conquests, but also of exploration, trade, and cultural exchange. His tales reinforce the idea that the Vikings were not mere raiders, but were also traders, settlers, and explorers with a profound impact on the world. In conclusion, the life of Thorfinn Karlsefni invites us to reimagine the Vikings, to see beyond the stereotypes, and to recognize their contributions to the larger mosaic of world history. It reminds us that history is not just about dates and events, it's about the spirit of the times, the dreams of its people, and the footprints they leave on the sands of time. As we sail away from Thorfinn's story, we carry with us a sense of wonder, a dash of inspiration, and a profound respect for those who dared to dream and discover. Thanks for tuning in on History's Untold. If you enjoyed today's episode and want to journey further into the fascinating corners of history, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we unearth another incredible story. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring, because history is filled with stories that are just waiting to be told. See you in the next episode.